What's up, FBA Finders? For those of you guys who don't already know me, my name's Michelle, and I am a 200-hour yoga certified teacher. So I'm going to be teaching you and leading you guys through this express stretch and meditation yoga class. In today's class, we're going to really be focusing about setting an intention for our day and setting in a positive tone, and also focusing on our breath. So really all you need for this class is your yoga mat so you feel comfortable and you don't hurt yourself, as well as a bottle of water if you guys have. And ultimately, just listen to your body and use me as a guide, but listen to your body ultimately and see what works well for your body. So just a little bit of an intro for you guys. So as you guys know, you guys are here today because this yoga class is a part of a series that I've decided to implement for new Amazon FBA Amazing Selling Machine students who sign up through me, so my students. It is the Health and Wellness series. And the reason why I decided to implement such a series is because I really wanted to emphasize the importance of balance and health and wellness while you are building your Amazon FBA businesses. So as you guys are probably brand new to the industry, you guys are first learning Amazon FBA, you're going to be busy oftentimes really learning and implementing the whole business from A to Z. But what happened to me, what I experienced when I first started, is that I found that you kind of lose touch of reality sometimes, and you forget to focus and have some balance. And so it's easy to get sucked into the business aspect, but what is essentially super important to succeeding in business is to having a nice balance. And yes, you might have to sacrifice your social life or some things like that, but I would say definitely try to incorporate some sort of activity or some sort of meditation and mindfulness while you are practicing and implementing your Amazon business, because they are going to be directly correlated, and it's going to positively, if you're positively correlating your health and your wellness to your Amazon FBA business, it's going to be a great thing for you. And so what I wanted to implement was that. So feel free to replay and watch these videos in the morning as part of your morning routine. I talk about in my other videos and in the bonus offer why having a morning routine is really important for your day and to be super productive. So set that intention, that tone for the day. Or even while you're taking a break in between, because these classes are going to be pretty short, they're going to be pretty express. So they're meant for work-at-home entrepreneurs so that you guys can fully incorporate this into your day-to-day routine. When you go to full force on one thing but you don't have balance, then you could easily get burnt out. So that is why you should have some sort of a balance. And so if yoga is not your practice, pick up something else. Take a walk, go outside, take some fresh air. But regardless, try to be intentional with that and try to make an effort. All right, so let's get started. So let's get started on our backs today in Savasana. So lie straight on your back here and allow your palms to face the ceiling, your arms a couple of inches away from your body, and allow the toes of both of your feet to fall to each side of the room. Here is where we set an intention for our breathing. Close your eyes and start to feel the earth in the ground beneath you. Notice the warmth in the skies above you. And bring your chin towards your chest and start to feel that elongation and stretch on your back neck here. Fall heavy to the ground. Allowing with each breath to allow that oxygen to fill your throat, your esophagus, your stomach, your chest, filling it up with air, breathing in and out through your mouth. And as you're breathing, the sounds should emanate as waves crashing through your esophagus. Practicing breath in your Ujjayi pranayama breath into your nose. Breathe in. Hold for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and out through your mouth. Continue on with this breath while I count you through. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. 3, 2, 1. Continue on your own here. The beautiful thing about breath and yoga is that you could be simply practicing intentional breathing for the entire class, and you could be practicing yoga. Breathing is so important. It's the number one most important resource to your body. And while we stay here and complete our Ujjayi Pranayama breath, I want us to set a mantra, an intention for our mats today. Realize that you are in competition with nobody but yourself. And feel free to set your own intention or follow the intention of this class today. But the mantra that I've selected for us today is, I can do anything I put my mind to. I can do anything that I put my mind to. Keep this intention with you throughout the class. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, bringing wakeness back into your body. And as you do that, notice the muscles and the movement in your face. Smile really big, and frown really big. It's funny because there's so many muscles in your face and you don't even notice that you could be using it as an exercise. Start to slowly open your eyes. It might be a little bit bright, so take your time with this movement and rock your head from side to side. Up and down with your chin, that last source of massage on your lower neck. Now from here, you're gonna raise your right leg and bring it so the right ankle is over top of the left knee here. So we're gonna practice our figure 4 stretch. So the right ankle is over the left knee, and then with your fingers, thread it through the left thigh and feeling that stretch in your back right thigh here. Hug your knees towards your chest. Feel free to roll your ankles, wrap it around one direction and then the other direction. And just really feel that stretch in your back thighs here. Stay in this position for a couple more seconds. Just really, if you can, come closer to the chest. And from here, bring your arms in a 90-90 degree, shoulder length here, and then slide that right knee over your left knee. Slowly nudge and make an adjustment towards your hips, towards the right side, and then let your knees fall to the left side of the room as your gaze comes to the right side of the room here. Feel free for that extra stretch with your left palm, put it over your right knee and let it fall to the ground as you're stretching your lower back here, allowing to elongate. That stretch feels really nice, so definitely engage and incorporate it into your movement and allow yourself to be still here, practicing your breath with every movement. Slow and steady. Breathe in and out. One more. Breathe in and out. And we'll do one last breath here. In and out. Release. Bringing your knees back to center here. And before we get to the other side of that stretch, raise both of your feet towards the ceiling, so feet flat towards the ceiling, and grab with the outside of your feet with the palms of your hands. And here we are at a happy baby stretch. So this is a great stretch to feel, to really rock side to side and feel that stretch within that lower back. It feels so good. And if you want to, feel free to move your chin towards your chest and just allow your body to move freely and rock side to side, massaging that lower back, and continue on with that. Practicing your breathing as we go. Release from here, and we'll do the figure 4 stretch on the other side. So that left ankle on that right knee, thread your fingers through and grab behind your right thigh here and feel that figure 4 stretch, that elongation behind your left thigh here. Allow a couple of rolls with your ankles in one direction and then the opposite direction. Breathe in and out. One last time, bring it closer to your chest if you can. Point and flex. Bringing your arms to a 90-degree angle here and sliding that left knee over the right and letting your knees fall to the right side of the room as your gaze falls to the left side of the room here. Feel free for that extra stretch to grab your right palm over that left knee here and just allow your body to fall to the ground. Allow your back to elongate and stretch. And sometimes when a move feels really difficult and hard, if you breathe through yourself through that movement, it actually feels better and it actually allows you to calm your body and your nervous system. Breathing in and out here. Breathe in and out. Feel free to keep your eyes closed during this stretch as you're on your back. This is your time with yourself. Just you and your mat. Slowly raise your knees back to center here. And windshield your knees side to side, just allowing yourself to shake out that last stretch here. Now hugging your knees to your chest, we're going to slowly rock back and forth, front to back here, until you come to a seated position. Coming to a seated position, facing the right side of the room here, just allow yourself to cross your ankles and cross your legs here. Put your palms on your hands. Feel free to keep your eyes closed in this exact moment as well. And what you're going to do here is we're going to continue on with that intention of the breath. And we're going to practice Su-Fi twists with our chest. So leading with your heart and draw circles clockwise. As you lead with your heart and you allow your chest to draw those circles, your neck will follow. Just allow your body to feel the movement. And oftentimes, especially if you haven't done this move for a while, you'll actually feel just your vertebrae by vertebrae cracking, and that's actually a good thing. No worries. It's not, as long as it's not cracking and breaking, but you will feel, because it's not used to moving in these type of movements often. Now go the opposite direction, even it out. And by doing this, we're getting a nice stretch around our neck and our chest and our arms. And meet back to center here. Bring that right palm and place it on your left ear. Bring your left palm, put it on the ground, and stretch, pull down so that you can feel that elongation on your left side neck here. Continuing on with your breath, in with the nose and out with the mouth. In with the nose and out with the mouth. Gently releasing that palm and doing the other side. So the left palm on the right ear. And yoga is really about balance. It's about control. It's about intentional movement. In with the nose and out with the mouth. Continuing on with your breath throughout the practice. And when you find your brain moving on and doing other random things and wanting to think and just run fast in a hamster wheel, just take it back to your breath and allow your brain to slow down. Release that palm. From here, we're gonna take that step and that movement a bit further. So putting your right elbow down to the ground here, you want to also elongate and engage and reach and just draw a big giant circle over your head as your right elbow touches the ground and you're feeling that stretch on your left side body. Your vertebrae should be straight and your core should be engaged as you feel that nice stretch on your left side body here. And feel free to moderate if you don't feel like you want to bend that far. You can also put your palm on the ground and just stretch like such. But if you want to take it to the next level, you can just put your elbow to the ground here. And raise up to the middle here, interlace your fingers and give yourself a nice stretch and a reach to the ceiling. Palms facing the ceiling here before we balance the right side body out. So releasing that left palm and that left elbow to the ground here. I almost forgot what it was called. And allow yourself to, with the right hand, to point and draw that giant circle or rainbow and feel that right side body nice and stretched. Two more breaths. And release back to the ceiling here. Interlace your fingers, palms facing the ceilings, and stretch that spinal cord straight up as if someone is pulling you from both hands. And release and shake out your palms. Moving on to stretching our legs now. So extend your right leg to the side of the corner of the mat here. Place your left bottom flat foot on that inner thigh here. And feel free to modify and listen to your body in any sort of way. So if your flexibility is limited in this movement, feel free to just keep a slight bend in that knee. But if you can fully reach with that right hand, touch the back of your toes and pull that left hand over again, once again, and place it over top of that right palm here. And just fall deep into the mat as far as you can. Just like with anything in life, just like with Amazon FBA, yoga, as long as you practice it enough, you allow it to be part of your vernacular, part of your dialogue, you will become good at it. It's oftentimes just our limiting beliefs that stop us from becoming good at things, but just human nature is that if you put enough hours into something, you will be good at it. And you might not be super flexible today, but if you practice bit by bit every day, you will be flexible. Raising back onto the sky here. And we're gonna focus on our right side body here for now. So we're gonna go into a pigeon stretch from here. Oh, actually no, we'll keep that leg extended. And we're gonna stretch the right side of our body. So with our left palm, put it just slightly behind your derriere, just flat down, fingers facing the back of the mat or the back of the wall here. And this next move, you're gonna lift your thighs and your hips off of the ground. And as you lift, you're gonna point your toes, and you're gonna stretch your right arm and draw a half rainbow as well too. So using your left arm to hold you and support you, point your toes, and then feel that stretch on your right side body here, not just from your chest to your stomach, but even all the way down to your toes and your fingertips. Feeling that full body stretch here. Bring your gaze to the back of the left corner of the wall here. Don't forget to practice the breathing. Breathe in and out. And if you can go a little further, you can push your limit, but stay within it. And exhale, release. Beautiful. And if you want, you can continue on the opposite end. So it's almost like a movement. This is what we would actually call a flow if you're going back and forth here. And so in our yoga flow classes, which I'll be teaching you next, is that we're going to be really flowing back and forth. But as this class is more of a stretch, relaxation, meditation, and breath class, our movements are going to be very slow and marginalized and sectionalized. So rolling over to your right hip here. And the next pose, the next stretch here is we're going to do a pigeon pose. So elongate that left leg down to the mat. The toes should be flat on the mat here. And then rotate your hips so that they're square on the mat here. So your hips are completely square, and that's where you're going to find the deepest stretch here. If you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, feel free to have a 45-degree bend in that right knee. Otherwise, if you want to challenge yourself a bit, keep it at a 90-degree angle if you can. And from here, put your fingertips to the ground. Inhale, breathe up, elongate your chest, engage your core, gaze to the top of the ceiling. And as we exhale, you're going to slowly bend your elbows and let your body fall closer to the ground. And feel free to, if you can, feel free to allow your chest to fall on the ground and feel that pigeon pose stretch really nice. If you feel like you need to have a couple more movements to just adjust yourself to make it so that it's comfortable for you, listen to your body. Continuing on with that breath. One more breath. Allowing your lungs to fill up with that clean air and release. Slowly put your fingertips as your support and rolling back on your right thigh, meeting back in the center here. So we're going to balance out the left side body. And so you want to elongate that left leg. You might hear some cracks and aches from your body because you probably haven't done these moves. I know I haven't for a little while too, but that's okay. That's normal. So breathing in, reaching to the ceiling here, and fall and stretch. Flex your toes. Grab with your left fingertips to your left toes and allow that right side body to stretch. If you can, put that right palm above your left. And if you need to incorporate a little bit of a bend in your knee here, just so you can just grab over to your left palm, and that will be great here. And you might find in some cases that certain sides of your bodies are more flexible than the other side, and that's probably mostly because you might stretch one side more than the other, whether you're right or left-handed. And so my right side body is a lot more flexible than my left side body, but that's just the thing. If you feel like you're not good or some things need improvement, don't shy away from it. Tackle that head on and become an expert at it and become good at it. And so when you do that, you're going to be practicing and improving yourself, and it's not going to just be rushed into the corner. Inhale, raise up, and as we did with the other side, put that right palm to the ground here, point your left toes and your right toes, and then using that right arm to engage and support your body, raise your hips to the sky, raising and stretching and elongating that left arm straight through, feeling a stretch all the way from your fingers to your toes on the left side body. Continuing on with your breath and your gaze to your back of the wall here. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths here. Let's just do one more breath. Inhale and exhale, release and bring your hips back down. If you You want to flex your left toe and go the opposite direction. The hamstring stretch here. Let your body fall to the left side of the mat. If you can, flex your toes a little bit more, flex your feet a little bit more. If you feel like you can't go further, sometimes you can. It's just your mind telling you can't. So just try a little bit more, and if not, listen to your body as always. Inhale, raising up, engaging your body and stretching that left side body here. And we'll do one more flow back down to that left side hamstring stretch here. Exhale, release. Allow your arms to grab your left side foot. Can you go deeper? Can you breathe heavier? Can you breathe quieter? Inhale, raise back to the sky, both arms up here. Completing the ground series with our left side pigeon pose here. So roll your body towards the left hip here. Elongate that right leg straight where the tops of your feet are down flat on the mat. And as mentioned, either decide to put your left knee in a 45-degree angle or a 90-degree angle, whatever feels best for your body. Inhale, raise your chest proud to the sky. Exhale, fall, lead with your heart towards the mat and surrender to your mat. Continuing on with your breath. Oftentimes in life, especially in business, we are so accustomed to moving fast. What's the next step? How do we move fast? How do we grow faster? How do we execute things faster? Whereas with yoga and meditation and breath, it oftentimes brings you back to your center of gravity, your center of acknowledgement and awareness in your life, in the world, and your surroundings around you. And that's the beautiful thing. That's the important thing about balance. So balancing out your masculine and your feminine energy, your hard or your soft energy. Life is a quest for that balance. Slowly bringing your fingertips towards the mat again. Tenting your fingertips and inhale. Raise your body, your chest back to the sky. And from here on, we're gonna meet on a tabletop position here. So your both knees are hip width apart, your toes are on your mat, and your palms are on the mat, shoulder width apart. So from here, feel free to close your eyes and incorporate a cat-cow. So just like the movement of a cat, arching their back, chest is near the chin, pelvic is thrusted inwards, and inhale, breathe up into a cow position. Eyes engaged to the ceiling, hips back. And this is where you're just stretching your core. Exhale, contract, and start to incorporate a movement that serves your body. So perhaps you want to do figure 8 circles with your chest and your hips. Perhaps you want to move front towards the back. Or perhaps you just want to stay in a regular cat-cow, but I encourage you to close your eyes here and just allow your body to lead the way. Don't always have to allow on the mind to tell you what to do, but sometimes listening to your body is going to really serve you. Practicing 2 more breaths here, continuing on with that movement. And from here now, we're going to have a nice little stretch on the inside of our arms here. So I actually forget what this is called now. But so what you're gonna do is now, as your fingers are facing forward, you're gonna slowly turn your fingertips towards the outside of your mat until it does a full 180 turn towards, now it's pointing towards your knees. So both hands, you'll do the same thing. So as you can see, I'm stretching the inside of my lower arm here. And just slightly moving back and forth, just however far your body can manage. You're feeling that nice stretch in that inside of your arm here. This is really good if you are on the computer all day and you're typing and you're on your phone all the time. Oftentimes our fingers and our hands are in one position. It can be really tough on them, so it's nice to give your body a little break in that way. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And notice how I count within breaths, not counting numbers, because your breath is leading this practice. So slowly flipping them back out towards the outside and then to the front again. Now from here, what I want you to do is lift your palm of your hand and then allow the palm and the top of your hand to be down on the mat to the point in which your fingertips are still facing your knees. But now you're stretching the opposite. So you're stretching the outside of your lower arms. And this one might feel definitely, especially if you're so used to typing and on your computer and your phone often, this one definitely feels a little bit tight, but that's okay because your body is thanking you in the long run for this. Feel free to give your hands a little bit of a break if you're feeling like too much pressure, and then remain back at that position here. So from here, as we just finish off with that movement, give your arms a little bit of a shake, your palms and your hands a little bit of a shake, allow that to awaken up and allow the blood flow to back to flow here. And from here, we're gonna go into a downward dog. So your palms are shoulder width apart, and then your feet are also shoulder width apart. Put your feet on your toes on the mat, and then extend your legs. Make sure that your back is flat, even if you have to have a little bit of a mini bend in your knee, but you really definitely want to make sure that your back is flat. Feel free to paddle out your feet and your heels, left, right. Rolling onto those toes, rolling back onto the balls of the feet. Just allowing your body to get used to this movement in the position here. Allowing a nice stretch in your hamstrings and your arms. And so in the next phase here, we're gonna inhale, raise our right leg straight to the sky as your left leg is straight. Doing a 3-legged downward dog. Feeling like it's hard, then breathe into that. Bend that right knee into an open-legged 3-legged down boy dog. And by doing this, you're allowing that right foot to open up and extend your hips. Feel that stretch within your right hips, nice stretch. And from here, leading with your knee, draw circles with your knee clockwise. 3 times, and then counterclockwise. 3 times. And then flex your right foot, slowly meeting the left foot. Follow through with your flow. So bringing your hips to a high plank position so that your shoulders are over your wrists. Option to lower your knees for level 1. Level 2 is option to keep on a high plank. And then from there, you're going to bend your elbows towards your chest, hug them tight towards your chest into a flow. And so, baby cobra, upward dog here. So to do an actual upward dog, you actually want to have your legs elevated off the mat and the tops of your feet on the mat. Exhale, back to a downward dog. Paddling up, left, right, left, right. Balancing up that left side. Inhale, left leg to the sky, point those toes, three-legged downward dog on your left side body here. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Making sure that back is straight and engaged. Bend that left knee into a boy, open boy dog. And drawing circles with your knee, clockwise. And counterclockwise. Feeling your hips open. Squaring your hips back to the mat and slowly flexing that left foot and slowly putting it back down, meeting your right foot to a three-legged downward dog. To a downward dog. Pedal at your feet and slowly shift your body forward into a fold and a flow. Down dog, baby cobra, upward dog. Exhale, back to a down dog. Slowly walk your feet to meet your palms at the top of your mat. Heel toe your feet so that they are shoulder width apart. And then grab the outside of your elbows with each opposite palm and just allow your body to just hang and just sway from side to side. Feeling that movement in your body. Feeling your breath once again. Inhale, flat back. Almost drawing an opposite L with your body. Exhale, forward folds. If you need to have a slight bend in your legs, feel free to do so. Everyone's body is different. Inhale, raise your arm. Extend them to the sides of the room, raise it to the sky. Straight up to the top. Exhale, bringing your elbows towards 90-90. Shining proud, gazing to the front of you. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Interlock your fingers so that your pointer fingers are pointing up to the ceiling. Slowly bring your feet closer together. And on our next exhale, we're gonna stretch to the right. So exhale, bend that right side body just slightly, but keep your hips in line with your legs. Just stretching out that, I can show you here actually, just stretching out that left side body. Making sure that your pelvis is in line with the rest of your body and that you're just you're not allowing your pelvis to your butt to go back, but it's actually kind of clenching your butt a little bit and allowing your pelvis to lean, to clench forward a little bit. How far can you bend? Really testing out the strength of your core muscles here. Inhale, back to sky. Exhale, left side. Inhale, back to sky. Exhale, backward fold. Pointing your fingers to the back of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back. Doing a flow. Knees on the ground. Bending your elbows to the ground. Up dog, baby cobra. Into a downward dog. So after you've pedaled out your downward dog a little bit here now, slowly lower your knees to the ground. Tops of your feet are on the mat as well too. And then sitting on the backs of your legs. And then inhale, exhale, forward fold into a baby pose. You want to wiggle your right side body, feeling that stretch again on your left side. And perhaps you want to wiggle to the left side of the room, feeling that stretch on the right side. And with your fingertips, slowly walk your chest back to an uprighted seated position. And we've come to the end of the class here, so come and meet me back at a seated position. Feel free to put one palm, the right palm on your chest, on your heart, and the other on your stomach, or just let it fall into your knees, but close your eyes here. Coming back to our original breath, Ujjayi Pranayama, original breath. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to our intention that we set for ourselves in the beginning of the class and our mantra. And if you can repeat back after me is, I will accomplish anything I set my mind to. I will accomplish anything I set my mind to. Repeat it back to yourself in your head or vocally, whatever serves you. And for our last exercise, I want you to smile really big so that all your gums and teeth are showing. And think about what you are grateful for in this day, this glorious, marvelous day that has brought us together to practice on our mats, that has brought us to this Amazon FBA business. Now I hope that you can go off and be super productive for the rest of the day. I thank you for sharing this space with me. Namaste. So our next class, thank you so much, that was a beautiful class and I feel very relaxed. But our next class is going to be a flow class. So I'm going to take you through, I think it's going to be about a 30-45 minute flow class. We'll see how it goes, but allow yourself to have that time, that space for yourself. And instead of slow, just more so stretching movements, that you can use this class as a morning routine workout, but we'll actually practice a nice, engaged, sectional flow class. So we can feel the flow of the movement and we'll play some music in the background and it will just be a really great, relaxing, but also engaged and exerciseful of time. And if you guys are interested, you guys like videos like this, do you guys like me talking in the mic or do you would rather have me do a voiceover? Let me know. I'm definitely open to providing value to you guys in any best way that I can. So whatever way that you guys like learning, I am there to teach you. But also to, if you guys want more fitness intensive classes, like cardio HIIT type of classes, I love those type of classes. And I know how to do a lot of them for home workouts. So if you guys want some of that, and I know that those type of classes really got me through the quarantine and the pandemic and really got me through having a successful Amazon business because I had that balance. So let me know in the comments down below or message me on Slack, email me since you have my contact now. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in our one-on-one sessions and helping you guys with your Amazon FBA journeys. Namaste.